Hello everyone, my name is Phil and I'm here to do an album review. This time is the Veer Union, Divide the Blackened Sky. This album came out in March 26, 2012. It is their third studio album. They've released a couple of EPs, but it's the third studio album. I've heard the album before this one and it was amazing, so I decided to give this one a try. And let me tell you, it is a little bit surprising because this album was associated with Brian Howes, or Howies, or whatever is his last name, and he's been associated with Nickelback, Rev Theory, Puddle of Mud, you know, bands that I tend not to enjoy music from. But I mean, I'm not saying the music is bad, I'm just saying I don't enjoy their type of music. And the producer, or producer, I guess, of one of the songs in this album was Brian Howes, and he's been involved with those bands, and I'm surprised his effect on music didn't affect the rest of this album. I was able to enjoy each and every single track in this album, which by the way there are 10. The album runs about 31 minutes long, which is really short. No track here passes the 4-minute mark, which is very disappointing. This band is a post-grunge hard rock band created back in 2004. Now, each song in this album is very original on its own. If you listen to the album as a whole, they slowly get to flush in because they use the same formula for each and every song. What I'm saying is the verse is slow and chill, there's a pause between the chorus and the verse, and then when the singer screams, and there goes in the chorus. And the drums, the guitar, the bass, everything just flushes in with his voice, and it becomes your average standard formula for creating a post-grunge album. And so I can sort of see where the association with those bands are, and the association with Brian, but again, this is something that I actually was able to enjoy. Prior to knowing that he was involved, this album was involved or associated with Brian, I didn't really feel like the album had that type of sound. Now when I heard, yes, it made sense, okay, yes, I can hear it, but I really didn't, it wasn't a problem. The music was enjoyable and it reminded me nothing of them. Certain like the anthem kind of feel to it, you know, a lot of bands have this anthem theme throughout the album where it's just like, don't ever let yourself be put down, or we will hold hands and we will fight till the end, and that kind of theme is very pronounced in this album. With the first song, Borderline, that right there, the first thing is, I'm tired of being told to bite my tongue. I want to scream or shout from the top of my lungs. Yeah, it is an anthem theme album. As I said, the album is very flushed in. I mean, yes, the songs all have their little tiny things to make them different. One song has a piano intro part to it, another song has crazy drums going through it, another song has an amazing, unique chorus with a very creative tab progression. But overall, yes, it flushes in. It's 10 minutes. You don't even know the time. I mean, it's 31 minutes, 10 songs. You don't even know the album is over when it's over. There's no slow tracks, so you really get no break whatsoever. If the album was longer, I would guess that the break would have made the album with an album that was longer with no break would have made the album very annoying to listen to. But 31 minutes, no breaks, just straight in hardcore music. And every song is very catchy since it's an anthem song, and they repeat the chorus over and over again to the point where you memorize the chorus and then you sing it. It's a very catchy album meant to grab people and let them, it's a friendly album, in other words. Everything is understandable so people can literally pick it up, learn the lyrics, right, because they're hearing it multiple times, and just go in, and by the 10 songs over, you already know at least a couple of verses. Yes, there's solos in this album, but they really are not complicated. They're very standard solos just to have a solo. I tend to go for that kind of solo, so it's okay, it's acceptable, I accept them. But once you impress me with a nice long solo, that's when things get really good. This album doesn't really have that. And I mean, the solos are there, and you might get, you know, it's nice enough to put in a little air guitar for yourself, but nothing crazy. So very standard. So overall, my favorite tracks are Buried in the Ground and Live Another Day. Live Another Day gives me that Muse feel with the crazy drums and the synthesized effects in the back, and then Buried in the Ground has that amazing, catchy, original from the rest of the album tablature and / chord progression. When you hear it, you'll understand. no song in this album that I ever hate at all. I could listen to this album multiple times through, one after the other, with no problem. And in the end, this album, what really bothered me the most from this album is that it was very short, only 10 tracks, no tracks past 4 minutes. No song really stands out, and there's not one slow song. And in reality, it's 9 tracks because one of the tracks was in the previous album. So, I don't know. Would I say go buy it? Hell yes, if you can get it like for $9. Overall, the album gets an 8 out of 10 because of those missing factors. The fact that it was, again, another average release from a post-grunge band. The album is amazing. It is what should be an example of post-grunge music. Again, there's obviously other bands that really push that to a limit and make it very original, but this is what you call a post-grunge album, and it should remain like this and not try to be changed to something bad. It's to be improved on, but nothing radical. So, Veer Union, Divide the Black and Sky, I would recommend it to anybody who watches my channel, my videos, and keeps updates with me. This is the album to get. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned.